Culture King exclusive. Lasers.
I never had real friends till now. I never had to steal ends, cause that's foul. I walk the streets with a baseball bat feeling secure, but I try not to incite. Yo, what's up? This is DL, Funky Homosapien, and you watching Culture King, the most trusted voice in hip-hop, okay? So stay tuned, keep your eyes glued, you're gonna learn something, you're gonna enjoy yourself. Alright, peace.
Alright, good people, this is Culture King Media. We're talking to a man who needs no introduction, but of course I'll give one. The mighty hieroglyphics, lyricist, huge influence on a lot of people, a lot of lyricists, a lot of listeners, a lot of musicians. We're talking to Dilla, the Funky Homosapien. What's good, man?
Man, just chilling, man.
Yeah, so...
They just finished the show, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the show's in Chicago?
Yeah.
So,
Chicago, Shawtown, yo, side of New York.
So what was the setup? I saw you had the buku on the tables, A+, and then you had EJ on the bass.
Right.
How did you come up with that show setup?
It kind of just came together, man. Really, to tell you the truth, it wasn't nothing that we really planned hella hard. EJ is he's a phenomenal bass player, but he also does like, you know, code, road management, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So, he just had it, and we just included him, you know what I mean? And he's a cool dude, so that's how that part got at it. A+ always been with me, you know what I mean? He always been catching me on the side, whatever. Let him do his little thing in the show, you know?
Definitely.
Well, I want you to kind of get loose, okay? Make some noise for EJ on the bass. Yeah! Because he's doing it live in front of your face. Okay? Alright, check it out. I want you to get funky for me. I want you to do this. Let me think real quick. Come on, Okay. Okay, that's funky. Okay, I'ma rhyme to it, okay? Keep clapping, I love this shit you give me that. My name is DEL, I put Oakland on the map, I think so. But I needed the help from Cube, that's my dude. And he's also my older cousin, bust it. Back when we was kids, we would never believe that we would get to where we did. Yo, I remember NWA was getting chased by the CIA, but I remember Q's first crew was actually named CIA. That's hella funny. I bet you he never thought he would make that much money. And he ain't even tripping though, he's just a regular dude. I just seen him a few years ago, man. He was acting cool, and then I seen my boy, yeah, and he was chilling with his toys. Yeah, he had lots of noise bumping out of it, out the back, out them speakers. It made shit look weaker that was around us. Fools couldn't clown us. My name is DL, I'm profound with my sound, bruh. I be in the house making shit, and he be helping me too. We be up all night talking about music theory. We got the brains, we got the talent too, so just remain up and at 'em when it's all time for your life. Cause when you're gone, that's when they turn out the lights. So you best to put it together and put it to use. My name is DEL, you know I'm born with the juice, but I still gotta practice to keep it on up. Yeah, that's what the masters will tell you, that's what's up. Motherfuckers think that they could just rest on their laurels, but they will never be here tomorrow. If you wanna be here past the present, you gotta put some work into it. That's Diesel, man, I said it, yeah. I don't care how you feel, that's real, man. You raw, baby. Yeah.
Now, lyrically, hieroglyphics, you know, since 1990, sleeping on my couch, all the way to the brand new stuff. You guys are heavy with lyricism. I've been listening to y'all since sleeping on my couch, but I always wanted to ask you, you guys were very developed when you came out. A lot of internal rhymes, multisyllabic rhyme patterns, and really already complete packages as lyricists. what were some building blocks that you could share from when you recorded your very first demo to where you were able to present yourself with like already so lyrically complete?
I mean, that we all are like smart kids, you know what I'm saying? So I was already writing poetry in like 2nd, 3rd grade. So when I got hip to hip hop, that just attracted me more because it was streets, you know what I'm saying? I was already kind of bad, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of just attracted me about it, the street element, the truth that they were spitting in it. Like, I didn't think that you could get away with saying the stuff that they were saying. Like, I think Melly Mel was a big influence. As soon as I heard the message, that's kind of what made me want to start rapping. Because all the stuff he was saying in the message was all real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Africa Bambaataa was a huge influence too. Like, Renegades of Funk used to be like my theme song. Run DMC is really, you know what I'm saying, precursor to it too. You know, like, I used to want to be Run DMC. LL Cool J was a huge, tremendous influence too, because he was like more closer to our age, you know what I mean? Like, he was like maybe 16, something like that when he came out. I was like in junior high maybe. You know, Big Daddy Kane, you know, all the greats, you know. Just Ice was a humongous influence. Just Ice, KRS, you know, Public Enemy, Chuck D, you know what I'm saying? Those are my primary influences. Cube too, you know what I mean? But Cube, we kind of grew together, so, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of different, but he's just an influence anyway, just as my cousin, you know. Sir Jinx is he's the one that got my skills to the point where I was able to come out with something. Cube was not really hearing me, you know what I mean? I had to like kind of pull his coattail, like, hey. But Jinx is the one that just sharpened, you know, the dull edges and stuff, you know, really got me ready. That's where I learned production from watching him. Like, that's the first SP1200 I ever seen. The first break beats I ever seen was fooling with Jinx. So Jinx had a lot to do with my development, like a whole lot, you know. When I came to Jinx, I already was kind of clean with the raps or whatever, and that's what made him want to just focus on me. But the whole package, that's something I learned from watching, you know, Jinx.
You mentioned production, and I think it's pretty apparent on your newer stuff that you are like the main producer. It's shown in press and stuff like that. I don't know if everybody knows that you produce a lot of the early Hiero heavy hitters, like, you know, Make Your Mind Up and That's How It Is, and That's When You Lost. And I didn't mean to.
Did I? You know, I didn't do it. Like, he got a sample from me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So
he gave me a shout out on that. Like, you know, I got.
Okay. But like a lot of those were already, you know, Dell Productions. So you mentioned producing. Like you said, Jinx was a big influence. How was that sort of your entry into production? Why did you start?
Because I always was around music. I was kind of a DJ previously. Before I started rapping, I was more into like DJing and stuff, you know, and dancing, and you know, visual art. Like, that's what I grew up doing, is visual art. So when I started doing graffiti and stuff like that, because I was already drawing, you know. Production, that's pretty much why I started getting into production. I already had like an ear. My father had hella dope records already that I grew up listening to. So I used to listen to hip hop, and then I'd hear something, I'd be like, hold up, I know that record. How did they make it a new record though? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was tripping. Fooling with Jinx, that's when I started learning, okay, this is how they put these little pieces together. They got some kind of machine that separate little pieces of it, you know? So I kind of just, I'm the type of person, I kind of just watch, and that's how I learn. And I might ask a few questions if I'm interested, you know what I mean? Just to be engaging in it. So, you know, Jinx will be over there lightning fast. I'll be like, what's that? Oh, okay, this is how, okay, the beginning of the sample and the end of the sample, use these levers to chop off to get to where you just want that part. Oh, okay. All the instructions is on the console. Okay. So once he told me that, I'm like, oh, okay, the instructions is all there. So I'm just leaning over and watching them, you know? Yeah. I know a lot of people probably don't do that. That's the same way I learned how to mix too. A lot of how I learned how to mix is watching Matt Kelly in the studio.
Oh, wow, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just lean. Everybody else would be leaving, smoking, whatever, while he doing his thing. I was sitting there watching him, you know, asking questions, You know what I mean? So I learned a lot from that before I started just studying hard on my own. The next level I took it to when I started studying music theory, that's what got me to where I'm at now.
Okay.
Where I pretty much fully understand music.
D.E.L. the funky Homosapien, to the rescue, to the rescue, you know it. D.E.L. the funky Homosapien, to the rescue, to the rescue. Come on, I never have real friends till now. I never had to steal ends, cause that's bad. I walk the street with a baseball bat, feeling secure. I try not to incite points, makes it mature. Actions that come back to haunt. I work hard to get the things that I want, and never gone, never lost. Where the most guys most high. I keep my focus towards the ground, and I'm down. Pretty brother who's an ace to my face. Even if these snakes on the under, I try not to wonder. Training my brain with Mr. Language, friends is rather eerie. Clearly just a whim. You were just a him. Yeah, deal with the dealers and the stealers and the jockeys. I can take the fears out the carbonated copy. Empress of made it, the sin as I walk. Him his reveal rather clear as I talk. Small individuals who wonder when they take charge of the antics, making them gigantic. So you never suspect they make me strange. So many situated thoughts in the brain. Heavy weight games on my weight train. Cause I be the weight game, it's the weight game. And I hate saying individuals who close their nose to do aromas. I got the smelling sauce that I rose up. Clear the nasal days, you probably make it raise to a new level. Y'all see the true devil. Any color you wish, because the devil takes any shape, any form, any swarm, right over your dish like a picnic. I think the sick shit, I have my wrist lit like a suicide. I survive, and y'all can't too plan to live a full life free of anxieties. And while you at it, try to keep your eye on D. Yeah.
Yeah, can you speak on something you spoke on stage I thought was very interesting was the fact that genre is something you can identify, but it's not the end all be all. I really was glad you shared that.
Yeah, I mean at this point I've had a lot of trouble trying to figure out, but I'm true hip hop though. Like, what do I need to do to, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's like peer pressure, you know what I'm saying? After a while, I'm like, man, I don't even care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I spend my rest of my life chasing after these fools, and then they turn around and be thinking something else. You know what I mean? Like, they'll change the game up on me. I'm like, nah, you can't be a leader doing that. You know?
Right.
Even though I love hip hop, don't get me wrong.
For sure.
That's the gateway for me even making music. But now that I know about music, the whole black experience, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it comes from a long lineage. So even if hip hop is just, well, it's never going to be fully erased. But the techniques that we use is part of music now. You know what I mean? Like all the electronic music that you hear coming out.
All in there.
Yep. Like hip hop was really the first little electronic music.
Yeah.
Where you was just using strictly electronics to make your music. That was hip hop. You know.
Speaking of electronics, you've been using Ableton for a long time. It's been publicized in interviews and different stuff like that. What turned you on to Ableton?
I had a demo of it that I kind of like ignored for hella years, and then like I dug it up one day, and I was just tripping off the art presentation of it. You know what I mean? Just graphics alone. So I'm tripping. I never put it in. I put it in. I'm like, damn, like, hold up. Oh, that's the fader. Oh, these are the knobs. I just was tripping off that. And the crispy graphics, it's like high-res graphics. Even back then, it was like, Live 2 or something.
Yeah.
So I was just tripping off it just by the way it looked. That made me want to try to learn how to use it. And then I started discovering, oh, this is way easier to use than these other programs. You know what I mean? So I just stuck with it ever since then. And like every update that came with, new edition, it just got better and better. So I've been using that for years. Like, I know a lot of dudes, they starting to just now get up on it, but I've been using it for a long time, so I'm pretty good with it, But I also use the Octatrack, too.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I got 2 Octatracks. I got a machine drum the other day.
Oh, wow,
You know
okay.
So I love all this electron stuff. I love all that stuff. They some wizards out there in Sweden, man.
Yeah. What is a tip you would give somebody, an Ableton tip, that they could use on their beats? That you use, that is one of your like favorite things to do?
A tip? I don't even know if I want to say that one. There's a way that you can render files instantly, basically. If you use the freeze command to freeze a track, it's really just, it's making an audio, version of what you got going. you could flatten that track, and then you'll just have the audio. So it's a quicker way to like render your shit. So you say you got something going with an instrument or whatever, you know, say it's Contact or something like that, and you got like effects, all your little effects and processing on it that you want. You got it to where you want it. It's where it sounds good to you. You could just freeze it, and then after that, flatten it, and then you won't have all the other processors put on there. Basically, it'll just be audio. So it saves a lot of processing power. You want to do that anyway. You want to render all your tracks so you ain't got to be pumping hella energy into what it's doing. So that's a quicker way to go about it instead of like going to the options, you know what I'm saying, where you load and save and all that stuff, and then you render it from there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's quicker than doing all that. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the tricks I like doing the most. When I use it, I use the Octatrack a lot now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And then just actually the Octatrack lets you render stuff on the Octatrack. So I'll just render my tracks on the Octatrack and dump it to the computer.
Oh, okay.
You know, and then do the rest of the stuff, vocals and whatever extra mix I gotta do. I'll do that on or in Ableton. You know? Okay. So that's how I go about it now. Yeah. But I still make stuff with Ableton too when I ain't got the luxury of having the Octatrack out and doing
right.
That, you know?
What are new releases that you would like people to know about that may either just came out or about to come out? And I know you mentioned on stage the WCA series, West Coast Avengers 1 and 2. So what's out and about to come out that they should have their ears on?
Deltron about to come out. Deltron second event. That's done. Finished. You know. Aside from that, I got things brewing, but nothing really has formulated yet. So, you know, I've been working on stuff with Mecca, Ladybug Mecca. So I've been doing that. Got some other things floating in the air. I've done some stuff with this cat named Figure. He's into dubstep and stuff. He's pretty large as far as dubstep is concerned. So I just did a track with him called Indian, which is basically about an Indian warrior, you know what I'm saying? So I'm rapping as the Indian warrior.
Wow, okay.
You know it's a crazy track. Like the bass line sound like woo, 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 you know. Yeah. It's crazy.
Wow.
He's dope though. He's super sick. So I've been trying to collaborate more with him because he's a cool dude. Like real cool people. So people like that I just try to stay connected to and try to just collaborate. But I want to work on something that's bigger than just a normal album. Because people ain't they need more than just a regular LP to warrant buying it, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking about like, you know, operas and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They say that the opera is like the highest level that a popular artist can go to, you know what I mean? Because it takes a lot of, you know, effort and thought into it. It's like one theme or one character. It goes through all these different phases throughout the whole album. Like Prince Among Thieves. Prince Paul is a great example. You know, that was so dope. I don't even know if people even knew how dope it was when he made it, like what it was. They probably just looked at it like a regular record, but that took a lot, you know what I mean?
And it was on tape.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a long time ago, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm kind of aiming my direction at right now.
Right.
You know? But, you know, like I said, it's not really done or nothing, but I got a lot of stuff. I make stuff all the time. You know, that's kind of more what I've been doing, just doing little crazy stuff like that, flipping samples, you know what I mean, doing it like that. But I got a lot of electronic music too.
Right, okay.
Like I can do dubstep too, I can do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I really, really, really love dubstep. Because it's, core dubstep anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just aggressive, it's rude, you know what I'm saying? So that's the type of music I like. Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying? I still fool with Public Enemy. Like, that's like my biggest influence probably as far as production is Public Enemy. Okay. Public Enemy, Marley Marl, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The cats that used to chop up. But Public Enemy the most because they took that noise and they started playing with it like that. Like, they just opened a whole new door for what you could do, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
That was always impressive to me, you know, so
hell yeah.
That's my mentality.
Hands up like presents and send them back to you like Santa. Claws in the claws that you peep when I'm through my panoramic view on this fools and see what they can do from every single angle. DL, I bang you whenever you wanna come and tangle. A rectangle, put you inside so I can see inside a frame. So I put it right there on my wall when I check you out and do it for y'all. Motherfuckers wanna try to pursue this, but all them get ate up just like a carbonator be blowing out that carbon monoxide. I must ride in DL and you know that shit. I leave them lopsided when they try to get on the top side. Word. Yeah!
what would you say is to people is the plot of Deltron Event 2 without giving away, of course, like the surprise, but what is like the overall plot of it for someone walking into it?
I tried to focus more on like an actual like kind of storyline, you know what I mean? It's loose, you know what I mean? That's an opera too, basically. It's like a rock opera, you know? But the theme is basically like Mad Max, you know what I mean? Like society went too far with the technology and stuff, so everything is just kaput, basically. There's no law and order, you know what I mean? Like gangs control everything, you know what I'm saying? The president, police, they ain't got no power. The real power is the gangs and stuff. So they're just whooping on people, taking whatever they want to take, you know? Some people try to fight back, some people just cower or whatever, just try to get by day without getting in the way. You know what I'm saying? And now I got like a little gang of people that I run with, and we just trying to live or whatever. But we get into situations and stuff, we try to help out. You know, that's just kind of what kind of people we are.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. In closing, what would you like to tell the people who have been aware of you since, you know, sleeping on my couch, which my brother George is here, the ones who got hip with both sides of the brain, the ones who got hip with Gorillas, the ones who got hip with 3030, the ones who are discovering you now? What would you like to tell all the Del the Funky Homosapien listeners, enthusiasts, and appreciators?
I try to make music for every level, you know what I'm saying? Because all them things that you was naming, it's like a different age group for all of them, you know what I'm saying? So I try to make some stuff that all of them could enjoy. But really, I got a youthful sort of mind state, you know what I mean? So probably kids or like, you know, teenagers, young adults, they probably would get into it more. You know what I'm saying? If you're an older adult, I got stuff that you would probably get into too, but if you don't listen to hip hop or rap, you probably ain't gonna you probably ain't gonna fool with me. But like, I got something in there for you though, you know what I mean? It's not just straight ignorance, it's not just dumb stuff, you know what I mean? I put in a lot of little jewels and stuff without trying to beat people over the head with it, you know, just to give you something to go on, you know? So that, you know, that's all. Stay with it, you know what I mean? If you like music in general, you should fool with me, because I treat it like an art form, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be entertaining if you like music, you know? So that's about it. I'm always generating some new stuff, so just look around, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Cool. All right, thank you very much for your time, man. Once again, awesome show tonight. And we're looking forward to the new stuff always, definitely.
Okay, thanks,
right,
man.
peace.
Yo, what's up? This is DL, Funky Homosapien, and you watching Culture King, most trusted voice in hip-hop, okay? So stay tuned, keep your eyes glued, you're gonna learn something, you're gonna enjoy yourself. All right, peace.